Why, hello. Good morning to you too. Good news, Bruins fans. We made the playoffs for the 8th year in a row. Bad news. That game sucked. Bruins lose 3-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And look, I'm not going to put too much stock into this for a number of reasons. First of all, second half of a back-to-back. Hey. Second of all, Nikita Kucherov. That is pretty much all that needs to be said. And look, I am not so much of an idiot to know that in this current landscape, if you are playing against a team and they have someone with the number 86 on their roster, you cover that motherfucker! For some reason, 86 in this league right now is just a fantastic number. Like, okay, Philip Broberg in Edmonton. Yes, Yes, I am recording this. At 12:15 in the morning on March 29th, 2024, which means that Edmonton just kicked the ass of the LA Kings 4-1. But even still, Philip Broberg probably the worst on this one. Probably the worst guy on this list. Joel Farabee, he is a guy that I do not. Joel Farabee from Philadelphia. He is a guy that I do not feel comfortable leaving open. Kirill Marchenko, guy's got a freaking killer of a shot. Do not give this guy an inch. Tuvu Taravainen in Carolina, that Finnish guy knows how to finish. Fucking Jack Hughes is the second best player in the NHL that wears 86, because the best player in the NHL that wears 86 is the guy that just scored a goal against the Bruins on Wednesday night, Nikita Kucherov. Now, the reason why I'm recording this right now is because Wednesday night was very much a drunk night. A drunk night at a bar with a bunch of queer people. I ended up getting home at like 1 in the morning, and I was not about to record. I was about to fall asleep. Now, why didn't I record for the rest of the day? I don't know. I don't know. But for real, this game, not a good one. Not a good one. Now look, I already gave my excuses. Nikita Kucherov is legitimately the only player who should be giving. Nikita Kucherov right now is the only player who theoretically should be giving Nathan MacKinnon any sort of competition for Hart candidacy. Yes, that includes McDavid, and yes, that includes frickin' who is it? Yes, that includes Matthews. I still think that this is a 2-horse race. This is MacKinnon versus Kucherov, and I think honestly it should be MacKinnon. But regardless, I've given my two excuses. It is Nikita Kucherov and second half of a back-to-back. Who cares? Who actually gives a shit? Because honestly, you should not be following up a performance like against Florida with this. This is not how you follow up that performance. Jim Montgomery just got done laying into all of you about effort, about the way that you are playing. You like it or not, regardless of the expectations placed on you at the beginning of the season, and with you guys losing 7 key contributors from last season. And let's see, you lost Patrice Bergeron, David Krejci, Tyler Bertuzzi, Garnet Hathaway, Dmitry Orlov, Taylor Hall, and Nick Foligno. You lost 7 key contributors. Also, let's not forget John Gruden. your freaking defensive coach. You lost 8 key pieces of this team. Like it or not, you are a playoff team now. Act like it. Act like you belong here. Act like you've been here before. Because you've been here before. The past 8 years in a row, you have been in the playoffs. So, act like it. Play like it. Play like you deserve to be here. Because God knows. This is... God knows right now, this fan base cannot stand another first round exit from you guys. And I know. No, look, I know you guys are probably gonna say, aren't we? Isn't like our biggest rival the Leafs, and it took them almost 20 years to make it past the first round. Yes, but you know what? They still made it past the first round. They still made it past the first round last year. You know what we got? You know what we did in the first round last year? We pissed away a golden opportunity. And yes, I understand the excuses of Lindholm was injured. Lindholm was playing injured for some reason, and Ullmark was playing injured, and for some reason, and we didn't bring Swayman in until Game 6. Regardless, this, if you watched that back, you know what I saw? Because I will tell you what I saw. I saw a Florida Panther. I saw a Florida Panthers team who was hungrier for playoff victory than the Bruins were. And last night, I saw a Tampa Bay Lightning team hungrier for playoff standing than the Bruins were. This team right now is not playing with very much fire. And look, I'm willing to grant. Freddy Fight Club opening back up. That's fun. But as soon as Freddie got his shit rocked by Tanner Jeannot, I hate to say it, but yeah, that is what happened. And Trent Frederick got his ass kicked by Tanner Jeannot. Oh. After that, it was like all of the air got sucked out of the Bruins, and it shouldn't be like that. You know what happened when Brad Marchand fought Nico Mikkola in just the previous game? You know what happened? Happened after that? The Bruins looked galvanized. The Bruins looked like they belonged in this. The Bruins looked like they were the freaking team that had just put up 135 points in the regular season the previous year. They looked like they belonged there. And for some reason, it fell apart after Freddie fought Jeannot. Oh, Marchand didn't even win his fight. Marchand did not even win his fight. Let's be honest. Nico Mikkola, that was entirely just Nico Mikkola being large and Marchand not really being large. But for the love of God, what is it going to take for this team to actually nut up and do their job? Because it's obvious right now that fights are not it. You know what happened? I so badly wish that we still had Gregory Campbell on this team. And I know. I just got done saying that fights are not how this team is going to be galvanized. And I choose to take someone whose main form of elevating the team was by fighting. But Gregory Campbell was a player who would fight everybody. He would fight everybody regardless of whether he won or not. He was like, I am going to get my ass kicked, but you better fucking drop the mitts with me right now. And and that sort of hunger from him, that sort of drive from him, it took a team that was, it took a team that needed playoff victory all the way. You cannot deny that Gregory Campbell. You cannot deny that Greg Campbell played a key role in that 2011 Cup run. You cannot deny that, and you cannot deny that his style of play brought a hunger to this team. And for some reason, this team right now is fat and happy, and we cannot afford for them to be fat and happy. We need them to be fucking starved pit bulls off the leash. And I really, really hope that this team pulls it together. There are less than 10 games left. You got 8 games left. Only 2 of them are against. Only 2 of those games are against teams that aren't in the playoff structure right now. You have Washington tomorrow. You have Washington, Nashville, Carolina twice, Florida, and Washington again. You have 6. You have 6 teams that are in the playoff hunt right now. And let's not forget that one of them is the only other team. One of them is the only other Atlantic Conference team to clinch. And Carolina tied with you in points. And honestly, who knows? Maybe the best thing for this team would be a second seed. After all, this team, there is one team that I am confident this team can push back against. Toronto. And it's not just because of historical bias. It's not just because I'm a Boston Bruins fan. It's not just because the Bruins have. It's not just because ever since the Leafs won the Cup in 1967, to my knowledge, the Leafs have yet to win a single playoff series against the Boston Bruins, which includes 3 consecutive Game 7 losses to them. Whether or not that might be true, what we have seen this season is not just that this team can beat the Leafs. It's that this team can. It is that this team can beat the Leafs, but the thing that this team is really good at doing, that no other team can, that seems to really only work with the Leafs, that seems to only work against the Leafs, but not against any other team. This Boston Bruins team, is fantastic at making the Leafs play a game that isn't hockey. This is a team that is built to make the Toronto Maple Leafs play Rock'em Sock'em Robots instead of stick puck. And honestly, if that's how you're making it through the playoffs, first of all, that's a pretty bad way to make it through the playoffs. My God, man, the way to make it through the playoffs in hockey is to not play is to make your opponent not play hockey. That is, at some point, you need to beat the opponent at the objective. And just being an asshole, well, as lovable as you might be, being an asshole sometimes has to stop. And I think if you're gonna be in a series against the Leafs, give them one last show. Give them one last show for of dominance, and then get your ass in gear to actually play hockey. Because this fan base deserves you playing hockey. This fan base deserves you playing hockey. This coaching staff deserves you playing hockey. Your career owes you playing hockey, and your career is owed you playing hockey. So play hockey. Play hockey. Because god damn it, right now, you ain't doing it. And that is going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all so much for putting up the delay. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you guys on Sunday, because Saturday is going to be another one where I'm going to be indisposed for the game and unable to record. Take care.